one of the people I really look up to, his name is Seth Godin. Has anybody heard of Seth before? No, great. Seth says, don't give a speech, put on a show. So here I am. So my name is Brent. Thank you so much for the introduction. I'm the president of this local Chamber of Commerce, plus I've got my own business as well. And tonight I'd like to talk to the graduating students about the 4 principles for success that I've learned in my 36 years of being on this planet. Principle number 1, no shortcuts. Do the work, don't cheat. When I was not much older than you guys, I was at an event. It was a football event that I was involved in, and there was a silent auction. Does everyone know what a silent auction is? Students? Maybe. This particular silent auction, there were different prizes going around, and what you had to do, you had to walk up, put your name down, but you could see the previous person's bid. So there was going to be dramas, and there was a particular prize that I really wanted, and it was a boxing package going along for, I think it was like a 10 or 12 week program, boxing package. You had to write down your bid. And there was a dad and a son who wrote down their bid, and then the dad stood guard over the top of it. So there's, I don't know, maybe 10 prizes all around, and he stood guard over the top of it, and I really wanted it. And I felt really intimidated to go up and write my bid down. But I knew the person who was going to be collecting all the sheets and reading them out. And guess where I'm going with this. And so after they collected all the sheets, I went over to Hamish and I went, look, I'm really sorry, I forgot to write mine down. And he sort of got a little bit confused, but I just wrote mine down and then off we go. And so they're reading out the winners of the prizes and who made the highest bid in that night. And it comes around to the boxing package, and the winner is Brent Q. I have no idea what I bid. It was maybe like $150, something like that. And I've never felt, it seems so small, but like a greater sense of shame. Because I cheated the system. I tried to take a shortcut. And the next day I got a call from the dad, who was like standing over the top of it, who was absolutely ropeable, and I just sort of collapsed in a heap, and we exchanged, and I ended up giving them the prize. But I tried to take a shortcut. I tried to cheat, and it won't get you anywhere. My advice would be, do the work. Number 2, second principle. On that note, be the best. And that doesn't necessarily mean the best at everything, but if you're working at McDonald's, be the best burger maker there. If you're working at a service station, be the best customer service person you can be. My second employee who I recruited, she was a barista at the local Zarrafas. And so I was looking to bring on somebody new, the second person, and she was fantastic. She remembered my name, she remembered my kids' names. You might have seen the 2 little blonde kids earlier on, they're mine. But she remembered their names, she remembered my orders. And then one day I was going through the drive-through, and we're just sort of chit-chatting away. And said, oh, what do you do? Oh, uni's almost finished. Oh, what are you doing at uni? Oh, I'm doing a Bachelor of Comms. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Here's my card, let's talk. And so Leanne got the job through me, or into my business, by being the best barista customer service person. I have no idea if she was the best coffee maker there, but the service that she gave to me meant that I got the impression that she was the best. And that's how she got the job with me, and then she worked for me for about a year, and then went on to bigger and better things, which is amazing. But because she was trying to be the best as what she did, that's how she got the job. That's how you get ahead. Principle number 3, say yes. And Nicole mentioned this earlier on before. And the perfect example, I hope he doesn't get too shy or embarrassed, but Alex over there, who's a grade 10 student here, am I right? I took on Alex for work experience about two or three months ago. I got a phone call saying, would you like to take on a student for work experience? And I said yes. And Alex came on board, he spent a week with me, and he was great. And then so tonight, when I got the call from Miss Raven to say, hey, would you be interested in coming along to have a chat? Again, I said yes, here I am. And then I called Alex and said, would you be interested in coming along? And he said yes, and here he is. And you don't know where that's going to lead. That down the track, Alex might be offered a job somewhere to say, oh, have you got any experience going to events, doing filming, something like that? He's now got those skills and that experience because he said yes. So if you get an opportunity to do something, say yes. 4th principle, perhaps the most important and one that I think filters down over the other 3, surround yourself with positive and good people. There's another motivational speaker who's long gone now, but his name's Jim Rohn. And he's got a principle that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I wholeheartedly believe that. For me, the 5 people, though, doesn't necessarily have to be people in person that you speak and talk to every day. The podcasts you listen to, the TV shows that you listen to, the TikToks that you watch. I'm on TikTok all the time, but I've got a very specific niche about different sort of speakers and who I like get influence from. I'm not sitting there watching, like everyone watches a bit of funny dancing, that's fine, it's okay. But the list of like motivational, positive, business, finance, development, I spend a lot of time watching their short clips. So you don't necessarily have to be having those 5 people under your 4 walls or at your school, but you can seek out and find people who will lift your standards. And the more time that you spend around better people than you and hearing from people who have more experience and better content and better ideas, it will lift your standards. So they're the 4 principles. No shortcuts, be the best, say yes, and surround yourself with positive people. And when you combine those attributes with the type of skills that you learn through doing diplomas, through doing school and so on, if you combine those 2, then you'll be unstoppable. And you'll go into bigger and better things and you'll achieve whatever you want. But make sure you do the work, do those 4 principles, listen to your teachers, listen to mum and dad, and I wish you all the very best for a happy and successful career. Good luck.